Hello. I'm going to text my sister before I talk to you because she is waiting, I think, for me to call her, and I don't want her to wait any longer because she might be getting on a plane soon. Okay, I've texted her. I had a good day at work. I was back at the new job, but again, it was just so nice to finish the day and walk home. So lovely. I'm quite warm though, so I'm going to take my jumper off. Now, I think I mentioned yesterday that because of it being Sunday, but also Easter Sunday, there was no chance of us doing any shopping, so I've just done some shopping. And I thought it was going to be way more expensive than it was. It was still more money than I would have liked to spend, and I didn't buy everything that I had intended to, in part because they don't have brown rice. All I want is just a small bag of brown rice. Why does the shop never have that? My phone is buzzing, so is that my sister? She has said she's going to do one thing. So what did I get? I mean, first of all, I guess I sort of realised the longer I was in the shop, because I kept seeing loads of things on discount, and I was like, it's quite early for things to be discounted. Now, oh, that was very quick. I'll pick up in a second. I feel very rude. All I'm gonna say is I forgot that they're doing shorter opening hours, so actually we probably are closer to their closing time than usual. But also, they wouldn't have had anyone in yesterday, so they couldn't do any of the best befores yesterday. So that's why there were lots of things discounted. I'm going to talk to my sister and then I will talk to you after. Hello. Ew. My brain well and truly stopped working there. It is an hour later because I was on the phone to my sister, actually for just over an hour, and I'm very hungry now. I should have planned this better and made food first, or at least like put stuff on, because it's gonna take, I think, an hour for things to get ready. Let me share with you what I bought. I got some bread. I couldn't believe this. I could see, I think I mentioned already, that loads was reduced, but the bread I usually buy and the one I like was not, until I went over to a different section and saw that the bread that I usually buy for £1, call it 40, is down to 34p. Thank you very much. That will be going in the freezer. I also bought some more eggs because I bought 20 eggs before Pesach and I have 2 left, and I need to have eggs at the ready. I am not the kind of household that can run out of eggs. Some corn pieces, because Wayne and I spoke about doing a dish with this, but I cannot remember what. So I thought I'll just pop them in the freezer and then we can figure it out. Some pasta, although I'm going to make lentils for tonight. I bought, well, I'll tell you what I bought in a second, but I have a big bag of unopened red lentils and I thought that could be a good dish. Because again, no rice. Ugh. And I recently saw a recipe with lentils and I'm just kind of in the mood for it. Something a bit, especially because I'm hungry now. So that's definitely going to be something. I got some more onions because we had one left before Pesach. So always want to have a stock up of those. And in fact, the whole week of Pesach, I didn't buy any. And the whole week of Pesach, I regretted that I didn't buy any. Anyway, I got some cereal. Yay! I haven't bought milk because it's not off yet, but I am worried it's gonna go off soon. So we'll see, I can always go back to the shops tomorrow, but I've got cereal. I got some peppers because I used up the last one today and I like to snack on peppers. And then I bought some tofu to go with the lentils, and I don't quite know what I'm gonna do with it. I was trying to Google while I was in the shop, like flavorings that I would need. Couldn't find anything, so I'm just gonna fry up some onion and add some spices and hope for the best. I was gonna buy cheese, but it's more expensive, so I didn't. And then this also inspired me with the lentils. Some spinach, again reduced, so I thought, why not? Not as greatly reduced, only saved like 25p, but why not? And actually I was thinking about spinach the other day as well, that I was in the mood for something quite hearty and green. Not hearty, what's the right word? Like full of nutrients. So yes, I want some spinach. I haven't had spinach in ages. And then I initially walked past the, like, I don't know, it's not like fridge section, I guess, I don't really know, ready meals. And I saw garlic bread and I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna get it. It was like 70p and I've not had bread in too long and I like garlic and I feel like it would go nicely with lentils. I feel like that could work. But then when I got to the bread section and there was so much reduced, it was so hard to, like, imagine not eating bread for a week and liking bread, loving bread, and then walking into a shop and seeing lots of yellow stickers where everything is like at least half price. No, that's not true. Maximum half price, more or less. It's hard to control yourself. But anyway, in the end, I saw a little baguette and I thought, perfect, it's 30p reduced. This is what it looks like. And I have a lot of garlic and I have a lot of butter. I got some more butter from my aunt. So I'm gonna try to make my own garlic bread. Who knows how it's gonna go. So I think I'm going to, my 2 main goals, I need to put the garlic in the oven because I need to get that soft, and I need to get the lentils cooking. I think that takes some time. And I need to look up a recipe and figure out what I'm actually gonna be doing. But I'm excited, I'm in the mood. I'm like, yee. It's a bit later than I would have liked, it is. but it's okay. I actually think Wednesday I've got most of the day off, which I keep forgetting about because I'm now at a point where my schedule is quite full. But yeah, the only job I have is tutoring, which starts at 4 something. So I've only got to get through tomorrow's early start and then I get a lion, so like it's fine. What am I doing Thursday? I'm doing a half day at this job that I did today. Right, I'm gonna put things away and I'm gonna get the garlic in the oven, and I'm gonna get the red lentils on, and then I'm gonna start looking up recipes so that I know what I'm doing. In fact, maybe I should check a recipe for garlic bread first so I know how much garlic to use. Although no such thing as too much garlic. Garlic bread recipe. The best garlic bread you'll ever eat from Ambitious Kitchen. Oh, this already looks like it's more than I can do. Bread, butter, garlic, herbs and spices. Well, we'll do what we can. It would be so nice if I could just have a recipe rather than having to scroll. Where is the recipe? Okay, we've got there, I think. Here we go. 4 cloves of garlic is what it suggests. Preheat oven, done. Line a baking sheet, will do. Slice bread in half, will do. Oh, that's interesting that it doesn't say anything about doing the garlic. Like it's saying to just do the garlic raw, finely minced. Should I do that? I'm confused. I wouldn't expect that. Okay, maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll turn the oven off for now, although, I'll leave it on and I will make like a quarter garlic bread and then have the rest once the food is ready. But let me get the lentils on then, because that should be the next step. And I need to put stuff away. Right, I'm gonna do that and then I'll see you at some point in between, I think. Yay. Hello. It is days like this that I really wish I had more counter space, but I think the lentils are done. They're draining. The tofu is frying up with some onion and garlic, and I'm gonna add some spices in a minute. And then I will also put on the spinach. But before I do that, this was ready about 5-10 minutes ago. It was quite hot though, so I was letting it rest. But now I am curious to try it, and then I need to do part 2 as well. They feel like, softer than I was expecting, which is good because I don't like them too crunchy. Oh, I can see lots of garlic though, so that's good for me. I like garlic. I like it. I think I would actually say even more garlic, but it's very nice actually. Definitely hits the spot. I'm very happy so far. Good. I'm going to continue enjoying this, add some spices and put on the spinach, and I will see you at some other point. Right, I'm going to put the spices on, and I'm going for these 4, which is paprika, cumin, cinnamon, and then turmeric, which is a bit of a random one, but we're going to go for it, and salt, because I forgot to salt anything else. Good fun. Oh, I just filmed the whole thing and it wasn't recording. That's so annoying. Sorry, I just had to pause it to double check that I had indeed just filmed the whole thing without recording. Let me show you my bowl, and I was eating on camera to show you my initial reaction, but I will just tell you what it was in a moment. This is what it looks like. I have the lentils and tofu here, and I did add some mint just to, I mean, who knows why. And then there's the spinach and onion. And I did also have some sour cream at the ready, which my aunt gave me. It's kosher Pesach. But I actually think I won't be using it. I'm really annoyed I didn't get my initial reaction on camera. But overall, I was really worried about the tofu because I had all these spices and I just wasn't sure at all. And so then I ended up adding a bit more paprika because I was like, that is the safe option. And if that's the only flavor I get, that's fine. But because the spices were only on the tofu, I didn't do them on the lentils, and because the ratio is so much more lentils than tofu, it's actually fine. It just gives it a little bit of flavour, and the mint's really nice as well actually with it, which was also just totally, it was just because I had it in the fridge and I thought, I need to use this up. But I do think it works, and I even think I could have added something a bit more to the lentils. I mean, I say a bit more, I literally didn't even add salt. And then the spinach and onion, again, I'm really sad I didn't catch my actual reaction because it was just so satisfying. So that really hit the spot. So yeah, this has not been as bad as I thought it would be, which is great because I've got plenty of leftovers and I'm hoping that I can make some lunches out of that, so that's good. I haven't done the second round of garlic bread yet because I was expecting to really dislike this, or at least not love it, and that was going to then be my treat and palate cleanser. I'm still intending to make garlic bread if I'm hungry after this, so that's no problem. It's very easy to do and very good. Very nice. I'll link the recipe below, although I hope you're prepared to scroll. I think it was, in fact I can tell you, it was half a cup of butter, ideally softened, 4 cloves of garlic, although I did 6, and even that didn't really feel like it was enough. And then there was like, I think half a teaspoon of salt, but I didn't check, I just went with my heart. And optional parsley, I believe, I don't know how much, and optional cheese, but again, I don't know how much. And then you just spread it on. I think I put the oven at, I think in Fahrenheit it was meant to be 450 or 475, which I think is more. I think 350 is usually 180, so mine's on 200. It seemed to do the job. And it said leave in the oven for about 10 minutes. And I think I did mine for just under 10 minutes actually, and I was happy with it, but I do prefer mine softer. So yeah, overall, a surprising success. And it's only like 8:30, which is earlier than I thought. I was worried it was going to be a really late night, and actually, so far, not too bad. But I am now going to continue enjoying this, and also I need to film my Dear Hopefuls video because I didn't do one yesterday. And I will probably speak to you after, I hope. Hi, hello. I was just talking about how much I enjoyed this evening. Surprisingly, I was worried I wouldn't, and it worked out well. But then for the second time tonight, I hadn't pressed record on the camera, and that has dullified my mood a little bit. But I was just saying that I wasn't sure how this evening was going to pan out, especially, you know, with chatting to my sister and not getting started on the food, and then not being sure about the food, if it was going to be any good, and blah, blah, blah. But actually, it's all worked out really well. Not only was the food ready at a reasonable time, it was nice, which I really wasn't expecting, and the garlic bread was such a win. I've just put on the second batch because I'm not even that hungry, but I'm just in the mood for it. It was so good. So that's definitely something I'll be doing again because I have so much butter to use up. I mean, it's not going off anytime soon, but I know that usually the last 2 times I've bought butter, I have finished it literally the week that it expires, and that's having 1 tub. Now I've got 3. So yeah, we're gonna use this method more frequently, and it was just really good. And I've been doing a little bit of editing, and I filmed a thing for Dear Hopefuls, which was like the most proper sit down Dear Hopefuls video I think I've made in years, but I really enjoyed filming it and editing it. And I've been listening to really good music. I've not listened to my audiobook at all today, but I've just had a great time listening to music. Yeah, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. Deliver us, dun dun. I think a part of me also knows that this is my last normal week before madness, absolute madness in May, because I had got my work schedules from my 2 other jobs already for May before I started this job. So I've been trying to, you know, I'm just going to be doing triple shifts, which is fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to make it work. It's just going to be an intense month. But then in June, my mum is coming, and I want to be able to take time off to spend with her, but it's just going to be really hard to plan because I don't like letting people down. And I feel like in hindsight, it's kind of a bad time for me to have started a new job. I think I should have waited until after June and then done it, but then I might not have got it. So, you know, we will figure it out. It's not the end of the world. I really, really can't complain, especially knowing how the job market is, and especially in London. I'm very grateful that I've got what I've got. I was going to try and have an early night tonight, but I don't think that's likely, to be honest. Wayne should be home around midnight, and usually I go to bed like just before midnight. Oh, my battery's going. Oh well, goodbye, I guess. I would have the cake. Alexa, pause, please. Yes, I went to the doctor. I've been totally Suzacling out today. Got there in the end. And when Wayne gets home in about an hour, I have found the original, like I found a video of our original cast doing Suzacle, as in, oh no, what's it called? Oh, The Things You Can Think, the opening number. And so I'm gonna have him with the laptop of the original watching me think I can do it, and we will see how close I get. I'm gonna get him to film it. I won't be able to post it because obviously the original has like a lot of people who can't give their permission, so sorry for you, but I'm very excited at the prospect. Now we're gonna have some more garlic bread hopefully today. So Wayne's gonna buy some baguettes on his way home. He's also gonna buy some sausages so we can have hot dogs. We're going all bready out. Actually, lots of carbs, because also we're gonna make homemade chips. And I feel like even after all these years, I still struggle with roast potatoes or chips or whatever. I really find it hard to make them crunchy. But what I've done so far, first of all, is I peeled them, which I don't usually do, and I'm not thrilled about having done because I've got lots of cuts on my hands now, but I'm hoping that might help, I don't know. And then I've cut them into chip-shaped shapes. You get what I mean, I hope. And then I first rinsed them a bunch of times, and now I've just put them in a bowl of warm water, not hot, but warm, and some salt. Because I've heard I know that like you could boil them first and then roast them. I've definitely done that before, but I don't have time and energy to boil them. But putting them in a bowl of hot water feels like a middle ground. And I don't know, supposedly it helps the starch come out, or I don't know. So I'm leaving that for now, and I've put the oven on now to heat up. Once the oven is hot enough, I will then empty this out and try and like maybe pat dry the potatoes maybe. And then I've got a giant baking tray here, and I'll put some oil, some salt, and I'm considering maybe some paprika, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We will see. Alexa, play please. So I went to the doctor. A day by the lake. That's correct. I don't know if I've vlogged at all today. I've filmed lots of individual bits for various videos, but I'm not sure if I've done a vlog. I don't think so somehow. My morning was good, it was chill. I knew I wanted to go for a run, but I also was not in the mood, so I was putting it off by like editing videos and doing YouTube stuff, and we were organising something with the Dear Hopefuls, which was really exciting. And I've also finally booked time off work from one of my jobs. The other two already knew, but this one I hadn't had a chance yet. And they haven't responded yet, but I know that they've read it because I WhatsApped it, so I'm a bit nervous, but I'm glad I've said it and it's off my chest, it's booked, it's done. And I did go for my run. I washed my hair, which was lovely. I'll speak about the run in my running video, as always. I've done a laundry, and in about half an hour, I need to go to tutoring. I feel like there was something else I was going to tell you, but I can't remember now. It felt so nice to sleep in, and I did go to bed later last night because I knew that I could. But I'm just a bit worried because I feel that once I start this new job properly, I'm only gonna have Saturdays, I think. Or maybe Wednesdays that I'll start late. I don't know, but I am a little bit nervous at the thought of that. But I will be fine, like I am fine in the mornings. I like having things to look forward to, but it's fine because I've got, as I've mentioned 100 times, I've got something in June which will give me a bit of time off, and then we've just planned something for July, so like, it's gonna be okay. And if it's not, I'll reevaluate. And I will see what I have to do to make it okay. But I am looking forward at the prospect of money, to be honest. Not that I'm not earning now, but I like earning. I like earning more. I like to get as much as I can. I definitely intend to make a video or videos about money, not obviously revealing anything too personal, but just talking about it because I have a lot of thoughts and things to say. But I know that I'm probably the worst example in the world because, and obviously I'll talk about this more, but I very much love earning, and I will, take all the extra shifts I can so I can earn more, but I'm very, very bad at spending. I find it really hard, like even going for a coffee with friends, I find that really hard. Oh, speaking of going for a coffee with friends, I'm meeting up with some friends on Sunday, which I'm super excited about. And on top of that, Wayne has unexpectedly booked tickets for Star Kid. He does this. He will, I think I mentioned it with Katri, he will just go behind my back and book things that I either can't or, don't want to spend the money on or whatever. So he's done that and I'm very excited. But I'm sure I'm gonna vlog that experience. Anyway, I do need to go to tutoring soonish, so I want to get myself ready and sorted and have a chocolate cupcake because we still have 3 left and I just want to eat them up, to be honest. And I'm in the mood for something sweet. Wayne bought so many, what's the word, like things, pastries that were in the reduced section. He bought a lot of hot cross buns, which I'm not even sure I like. We'll see. And then these Danish something or others, which do look nice, to be fair, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have one of these. I don't know. I'll have something. And I will see you all later. Bye. Hello. Wayne and I have had a bit of back and forth about what we're going to eat tonight because I'm not, like, I had quite a big lunch in the end and I just had a lot yesterday. I'm just feeling quite full and like I'm eating too much and I don't like it. And also I don't really want to buy, like there's a bunch of stuff, like ideas that we have, but we need to buy food for it. And I just feel we've still got so much food at home. So I don't really want to be buying more when we've got things we can use. But in the end, we've decided on pasta. And what I'm gonna do, because we don't have any like canned tomatoes or anything, but we do have loads of fresh tomatoes, which might be getting a little bit old. And we've got some onion and some garlic and that's kind of it. I'm gonna make my own pasta sauce. Now, I might not be able to film everything because Wayne might come home in the meantime, but I'm gonna get started with boiling the pasta because I use whole wheat or whatever it's called. I just prefer it, not even because of health. I just think it tastes nicer, which is why I'm having all these problems with the brown rice. But anyway, the annoying thing about using whole wheat means that it does take a lot longer. So gonna get that on and then I will get started on the sauce. Yay. I've also been listening to a really good audiobook all day and I started listening to it a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago even. And when I started, I wasn't getting into it and I wasn't really enjoying it, but now I'm hooked. I'm like, oh, I want to keep reading it. So I'm gonna listen to that while I'm cooking. Yay. Headphones on because I couldn't hear the book over the noises of the kitchen, which have now quietened down, I'm sure. I can barely hear myself. I hope I'm not shouting. I am going to overload this with salt because the rice really taught me a lesson and hopefully it won't be too salty. I'll put less salt in the sauce, I think. I'm just waiting for the water to boil, but I might start chopping some onions or whatever. Yay! Oh my goodness, this onion really, like, I do get teary-eyed with onions quite often anyway, but this one's like really got me. Wow. Whew. Mm. Oh. This is the end result. I think it's okay. We'll see how it tastes. I've only got about 2 seconds to talk to you before I need to head out, but I very quickly came home in between finishing one job and starting the next, and I had lunch and I had a little treat, and I'm very satisfied. I'm glad I was able to come home. I don't usually do that, but now I need to head off to job number 2, where I will be for the next 6 hours or so. Good fun, good fun. I did have a really good day though. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Good morning. My battery's running low, so I don't have very long, but also it's morning and I need to go to work. I really wanted to film something when I came home yesterday, but I just didn't have a chance. But as I was leaving work, we had some flowers on display and they said I could take them home, and this just makes me so happy. Like, that's incredible. Like, I walked into work and I saw them and I was like, wow, those are really pretty. So then at the end of the night to be told I could take them home and they're in my, like, Winnie the Pooh jug, oh, it makes me very happy. But I walked in all excited to have flowers, and as I came in, I saw that there was a giant, like, I don't know what the plant is called. I don't actually know, maybe you can see it on the windowsill there. But he was given that from work, so we're just very flowery and it makes me very happy. I popped to the shops when I got home because I didn't quite know what we were planning for supper, and I literally just got everything that was reduced. So I got some reduced breads, I got some reduced chips, which I wouldn't usually buy, I usually just make, you know, from potatoes. I did also actually buy some potatoes, but that was just to have at home. I did also buy some milk because we needed it. But aside from that, everything was reduced and it just makes me very happy. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready for the morning now and go to work. And I've already been asked next week if I can do some extra hours at this job. So I just need to have a look at my calendar and see where. I have said to them that I'm willing to, but I just need to work out what days and where and how. Good fun. Right, I'll probably see you this afternoon. Yay. Hello. I am quite tired. I ended up coming home later from work today than I was expecting. Not that I mind, but I'm just like, I was fine during the day and I've just walked in through the door and I'm like, wow. Admittedly, it's also quite warm in here, so I think that's probably not helping me. Oh, the tulips look so pretty. They've like opened up. I love it. I put this dress on this morning because it had been away in my summer suitcase for a long time, and I was like, oh, this feels like it's gonna do the trick for today. And I'm not sure whether or not to sell it or get rid of it or give it to charity or whatever. I do still really like it, but it's just on the small side. It's been on the small side for years, and I don't know, like it feels like it's more effort than it's worth, but then equally, I didn't have another dress that ticked the box for today. Like this really felt like the only dress for today. So I don't know, and it is comfortable. It's just a little bit on the small side, but it is stretchy, so like it's not the end of the world. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. One thing I don't think I mentioned this morning, unless I did, in which case I'm sorry, is that where I am working now, there is another company working there, and I'm on a reception desk, and there's 1.5 other people also working on that reception desk, but from another company. And I had already met one of them, but I met the second one. The one I'd met was the half, and I met the second one who's going to be there full time yesterday. And both of them are so lovely. And it just gave me such a good feeling about working there, because even though obviously we don't work for the same company, they're probably going to be the people I see the most. So yeah, I'm really happy. And today was a great day as well. We got so much done. I am, as I say, exhausted because it was a long day, but I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good. Oh, my camera's gonna die. All right, bye.